What's going on, everybody? Today I've got yet another Rust solo base design for you guys. Now, I've already stress tested this base design, and let me say, I love living out of it. Let me know if you want a stress test video down below in the comments. Anyways, let's get started with the tour. Like most bases, this one has a front door. It's a single door, then you got some garage doors to get into the shell. Through all of these garage doors, you have a nice little open shell that you can put drop boxes, furnaces, pretty much anything you want inside. Got a couple turrets on either side as well, along with like a locker on this little elevated triangle. It's pretty cool. On the other side of the shell, there's an identical entrance with garage doors and the same single door. And if you look up, you got some nice little peek downs up there. Hopping on top of this furnace here will take you up to the peek down floor. Once you make it up there, you're greeted by two garage doors. Behind these doors, you've got access to your peek downs. You got some extra loot, beds, turrets, pretty much everything you need. But yeah, these will give you some nice angles if anyone tries to raid you through the sidewall. Next, we'll go check out the outer peaks. They're really nothing special. I just threw some single door peaks on this bad boy and called it a day. But if you really wanted to, you could put wide gaps out there. Going up another floor, we've got our mini garage. Yeah, this thing ain't moving. Up there, you've got some vending machine shops accessible by drone. You've also got an extra locker just in case you need a kit up when you're going out on a flight. You've got another single door peek up leading up to the top of your base, just so you know what's going on at all times. Going up to the very top, you've got a nice little farm up here with your lights and water and whatnot. Having these berries are great as a solo player. It just really helps with farming. Going down this ladder hatch on the peek down floor, we've got a little loot storage area. Also placed a couple utility items on this floor. Dropping down one more floor, we've got the bunker. To seal, place down a twig floor, then a roof triangle above it. You can upgrade it to whatever you want. Break the twig to break the bunker. Inside the bunker, we've got room for some storage, the TC, and here's the upkeep. Not too great, but also not too bad for an active player. If you have any questions about the base, I would recommend looking at the sanctuary code that I had posted throughout the tour. Or you could just join my Discord and ask me. I'll have the link in the description, along with the build cost and the upkeep. Now let's get started with the build. Alright, so our starter base is going to be a little hexagon. Make sure you use a single door as your front door here, otherwise the bunker will be basically useless. Like every base, you should add walls around the entire thing. Upgrade your foundations and walls to whatever you have. I'm on a build server and I can do whatever the fuck I want, so I'm going to use stone. Place down some triangle floors so nobody else can get in, and then upgrade those suckers to stone. Place the TC in the triangle furthest from the door. Place a window frame in front of the TC, and don't forget the fucking door. You can place your deployables in here for the starter unit like so, or don't do it like this. I don't care what you do, I really don't. So far, if you followed the guide properly, this is what you should have, and if you don't have this somehow, I pray for you. Anyways, you probably need more room for your loot because you're a fucking Chad, so let's expand. Put down a triangle foundation and then two half walls. Upgrade it to literally anything, and then put two walls like this. You're going to place a wall frame too, and make sure that it's across the triangle from the door. So the door's here, you put your wall frame there. The bunker will not work properly if you put it another way. Add a roof, and then you can upgrade. And now at this point, you can actually seal yourself into the bunker. Place down a twig floor coming off the half walls, and then a roof just like that. Upgrade the roof to seal yourself in. But yeah, just make sure you have a bag in here, otherwise you're not going to be able to get back in if you go outside. Break the twig with literally any tool to let yourself out of the bunker. Place a ladder here to get yourself up and out of your base. To get in and out, you can use a twig build-up or something. I don't know, man. Figure it out. When you're ready to expand, add walls exactly as I do here. Here in this empty section, if you don't have ladder hatch learned yet, put down a double door frame right here. And then above it, seal it off with a wood triangle floor instead of upgrading it to stone like the rest. If you do have ladder hatch, seal the wall off normally, and then put a ladder hatch instead of the wood floor we just placed. In the room next to the bunker entrance, we'll make a little loot storage area. Don't put a box in the bottom left because for some reason when you break the bunker, it breaks whatever deployable is in that spot. With the rest of the space on this floor, you can do whatever you want. I'd recommend furnaces and sleeping bags and whatnot. Maybe a locker. Now, to add the shell, stand on top of the wooden triangle or your ladder hatch, whichever one you placed. Then walk to exactly the right or left. Drop down and then add a triangle coming off the main footprint just like this. Get rid of the square and then upgrade the triangle. After that, go around to the opposite side and do the exact same thing. But yeah, make sure the triangles come off on the exact opposite sides of one another. When you stand next to your front door, it should look exactly like this. Place a square below your front door, and then put a triangle coming off of it. After you've done this, run around to the exact opposite side and do the same thing. Place another triangle off the triangles that are touching your base. Now connect each side of the base to one another as I do here. You'll have to get rid of this square that you used to place that other triangle. But yeah, just do that on each side and then we'll get rid of the excess foundations. Now, where you can, place triangles facing towards the inside of the base. These aren't 100% necessary yet, but they're going to have your turrets on them, so might as well just place them now. Upgrade all your foundations so no one can grief you, and then you should have a foundation pattern that looks exactly like this. Anyways, go to where the triangles are directly touching the hexagon, then make your entrances exactly as I do here. Go around to the other side and do the exact same thing. Now we can create the real physical shell. Build a layer of walls around 2 high, just as I do. After you've done this, make sure you upgrade all of them to stone. Once you've done this, you should have a shell that looks exactly like this. Now we can create the inner peaks. Go ahead and replace that wood with a ladder hatch before you do this. Go to the side with the ladder hatch and then add triangles like this. And then go to the opposite side and add them like this. Now go to the adjacent side and add triangles on the outside before you add them on the inside. If you don't do them in this exact order, you're not going to be able to place those triangles outside, which will compromise your outer peaks. Now do the exact same thing on the other side. These middle triangles are supposed to be frames for ladder hatches, so that's my B. Once you've added everything correctly, you can go ahead and upgrade this entire thing. Now we'll wall off the peaks. I'll start over here with wall frames on opposite sides. Start to wall off the floor like I do. Above the entrances, we're going to make some peak ups, so just build it like I do here. Add 2 full walls on each side, and a half wall here. Put a doorway on the half wall, and then seal off the doorway with more half walls. Place a triangle off the half wall, then get rid of it, and upgrade everything to stone. Now go over to the opposite side and do the exact same thing. These doorways will allow you to peek up into the mini garage, just in case somebody gets in there. After you've done this, you can finish walling off the inner peaks. Once you've upgraded, you should be left with this. Next, we're going to seal in the roof, but make sure you add these wall frames where I do before you seal it off. We're going to be covering up a hexagon with a 2x2, so we have to add wall frames to give as much stability as possible. We can only place wall frames in certain spots because the floor above it will not align with the floor below. Place wall frames in the middle of the hexagon to give stability to the floors above. Place down stone wall frames here under the ladder hatch so people can't slide in and out of the peaks. Go out the side doors of the peak downs and start building out like I do to make the shooting floor. Pick one side of the peaks to make access to your future mini garage. Add windows to the rest of the shooting floor if you want more visibility. Put a wall frame over here on the chute to your mini garage. Now go make the exact same shooting floor design on the other side. Make sure you put the minicopter garage entrance on this side of the shooting floor on the opposite side of the base from the other one. The doors to the roof should be on opposite corners facing each other. When you're making your peaks, make sure you place the single doors so that they swing outwards and block access. If you've ever built a base before, you probably know this trick already, but I'm sure some of you don't. Finish the entrance to the minicopter hangar, and this will just be your roof access for now. To boost stability of your shooting floor, add some wall frames like I do here. These aren't completely necessary because the shooting floor will stand on its own, but I like the way it makes the base look, to be honest, so... You can add ramps on top of the square foundations to make soft siding a lot harder as well. And last but not least, we'll go back up to the roof and make our mini garage. Put wall frames on opposite sides of the garage, and then add windows as I do. You don't have to do windows if you don't want, but I like the visibility to the roof, so it's up to you, man. Here we'll make more roof peak ups so you can protect your farm. Literally just the same way that we made the other ones. After that, we'll do our upgrades, and then the mini garage is complete. At this point as well, you can pick pretty much any window to put your vending machine shops on. I mean, you can put them on multiple windows as well. I'll let you be the judge of where it should go. Now we'll set up our windmills up top. Just make window frame towers too high, and then put it on top of two triangles. Don't forget your embrasures like I always do. If you have any questions about upgrade to get the desired upkeep, just look at the base on Sanctuary. You want most of the shell to be sheet metal, and the inner bunker should just be HQM, and then it should be around the same upkeep. You also want to upgrade the exposed foundations on the outside to metal as well. The good thing about the bunker is that you can access every foundation from the shell, so you don't have to worry about upgrading anything at a certain time. I'm also not going to show you any deployable placement, because that's pretty much up to you, man. I mean... just kind of naturally happens as you play Rust, so who am I to tell you where to place your boxes? Oh yeah, if you want to be cute, you can place these little low walls up here. They make me feel like I'm living in a castle. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for the tutorial, guys. I mean, you know how to build the base. You can upgrade it to whatever you want because you're a mature, independent Rust player. And yeah, boys. If you have any questions, feel free to join Discord and ask. Make sure you subscribe, and if you're still here, like the video. Also, let me know if you want to see a stress test video using this base, because I already have it recorded, so I'm probably going to make it anyway, but just let me know down below. Peace!